My foster parents kicked me out on my 18th birthday without reason. They came crawling back years later with a disturbing explanation that changed everything. I woke up to my foster dad screaming at me to get the hell out. Before my eyes were fully open, he was literally kicking me out of bed. My foster mom stood in the hallway with daggers in her eyes, repeating his words. I had nowhere to go, so I begged them to let me stay. In desperation, I asked if they were kicking me out because I was black and they were white. It's not that, he snapped. But if that's what you really think, maybe our friends were right about you. We never loved you and never saw you as our own. We don't want anything to do with you. I left with nothing but a backpack and a few dollars in my pocket. The first night, I slept on a park bench. My best friend Tyler found me at a diner and said we'd figure it out together. As I told him everything over breakfast, it all started making sense. The sly comments when I was a kid, how they'd act weird when company came over, how my cousins would hang out together but never invite me, even though we went to the same school. Tyler said it straight up. This was about race. We lived in the South, and they probably faced backlash for taking me in. I tried confronting them, but they wouldn't answer my calls. When I showed up at the house, Dad peeked through the blinds and threatened to call the police. After taking me in at 3 years old and raising me for 15 years, he was ready to call the cops on me. I made the painful decision to leave town entirely. The first few months were brutal. Shelters, dead-end jobs, saving every penny. Eventually, I scraped together enough for a tiny apartment. I enrolled in night classes while working during the day, exhausted but determined. Years passed. I finished my degree and landed a job at a marketing firm. Nothing glamorous, but stable. I even got promoted. Then I met Jasmine. She was smart, funny, and incredibly kind. We started dating and quickly became inseparable. A few years later, I planned the perfect proposal. Rooftop restaurant, sunset, private table. When I got down on one knee, she nodded through tears. For the first time in my life, I felt truly happy. Then, out of nowhere, I got a message from my foster parents. They wanted to reconnect and explain why they'd kicked me out. "We owe you an explanation," my foster father said, looking regretful. "When you turned 18, thousands of dollars went missing from our emergency fund. Our closest family friend, Karen, convinced us you were the one who stole it. Why didn't you just ask me?" I demanded. "We were so hurt and angry," my foster mother said through tears. "We didn't know how to confront you. We figured you'd own up to it." They had kicked me out based on pure speculation. That night, I started investigating. I found Karen's social media showing off a brand new red convertible from right around the time I was kicked out. The timing felt suspicious. I had my friend Tyler pretend to be her cousin at the dealership. The salesman revealed she'd paid cash, the exact same amount as my foster family's missing money. I confronted Karen directly. She broke down immediately, confessing she'd been in a terrible financial situation and saw the money as her escape. "I panicked," she sobbed. "I'm so sorry. I never meant for it to get this far." I recorded everything. When I played the confession for my foster parents, they were devastated. They apologized profusely, begging for forgiveness. "I appreciate the apology," I told them, "but you threw me out without any real evidence. The damage is done." As my wedding day approached, I chose not to invite them. I was surrounded by friends who actually loved me. Sometimes forgiveness doesn't mean letting people back into your life. It means letting go of anger for your own peace. With Jasmine by my side, I finally felt free from their betrayal.